Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. This is a bonus video. The moon is in your zodiac sign, right? It's a waxing crescent moon in your zodiac sign. First of all, happy first of the month. We are days away from the first quarter moon. And when the moon is in your sign, the theme is go where you are appreciated and not where you're tolerated, right? And so the focus when the moon is in Leo is the energy is youthful, it's fiery, it's focused on building confidence, creativity, and visibility. It's a powerful time to plant seeds related to self expression, leadership, heart centered desires, especially ones that require courage and emotional authenticity, right? And so, question is overarching question for everybody for today's reading is several, but what part of you, Leo, is ready to shine more brightly, right? Right? It's like, can you shine any brighter than the sun, right? So let's get into it. Let's set the tone for your reading. I've already prayed over your cards. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I will label this as a bonus video. So I don't suggest turning down, just be your authentic self. Whoever is meant to be in your life will be in your life. Whoever it won't is not meant to be in your life at the time. That they're not supposed to, close out the cycle in love. Just close it out in love. All right, let's set the tone. Today is a great day. That's right. Every day is a great day. We're going to have a full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. This is going to be a great cycle for a lot of people because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the largest planet. It's the planet of good luck, good fortune, basically what's on the horizon, right? And so think about what's on the horizon for you. So if you set the tone every single day, just set it in motion. Today is a great day, no matter what's going on. If you set the tone for your day and say today is a great day, you have no control over what tone everybody else sets their day for. So you set the tone for your day. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get an angel number and let's see what's going on. So some people gonna be prepared. They not gonna be prepared. They're not gonna be prepared, but child, they better prepare. He's sick of you. Prepare. Because you're not turning down no time soon. All right. There it is, 750, limitless love. Love yourself and others freely. So your angels are asking you to practice unconditional love today, not only for others, but for yourself as well. You can only accept as much love from the outside world as you give yourself. That's right. So time to level up the amount you're willing to receive from within. Journal about how you feel and the vulnerability that occurs when demonstrating unconditional love to yourself and others. That's right, you're closing out a cycle. Somebody may have been stubborn in the past, maybe afraid to kind of sort of turn up even brighter, turn up your light, your sunniness, your positivity. Because you may have felt like, this zero right here would be the fool card. Somebody may have almost felt like foolish, being around just kind of sort of stuffy energies who may have been like super serious, because that's just how they're built. But remember, you all rule fifth house. Fifth house is all about allowing your inner child to come out and play in your romantic life, your personal and your professional life, like letting your inner child come out and play. That doesn't mean you're immature. If it's a low vibrating Leo, it can be quite shady and immature. But if you're a high vibrating Leo, it actually teaches people to let you know. It's like you're saying to your inner child, it's okay to come out and play, right? Both in your personal, you like loosen up a little bit. And some people, they don't want to loosen up. They don't want to have fun. They just want to look like they sucking on a lemon all day long. Like, who has time to be around people like that? Like, for real. Like, this is, well, I mean, I guess this is a time and a place for all of that, but all the time, I mean, so that's what Leos teach people how to do. Leos teach people how to do, high vibrating Leos. And so in this cycle, we had a new moon in Gemini. Gemini is a mutable sign, but it shows the polarity of humans, right? It's the twins, right? It shows the light and dark side of everybody. So you've had to come in contact with dark side of Leos even if you're a high vibrating Leo, you've come in contact with low vibrating Leos, where you can see now why people feel the way that they do about Leos. Some people have had horrible experience with Leos, and you're like, oh wow, okay, you never knew that there were Leos out here that were like that. So now you do. Root chakra cleanse, right? Root chakra cleanse. That's why I say on my channel all the time, don't turn down your authenticity. Be you. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health, right? So mice tearing, pulling something up at the root, right? So get locked in and laser focused, right? So speak some things into existence, right? Put yourself first. That's right, first. Would you supposed to put yourself last? I don't think so. If we have healed people, just move differently. Healed people move differently. You're supposed to put yourself. You're supposed to put yourself first. So, So, if somebody wants the best for you. That's nice. That's good. If you want the best for themselves, sister, whoever somebody wants the best for you, you want the best for you. That's right. You want the best for you. So, yeah, what part of you is ready to shine more brightly? You want to be around people who want to clap and cheer for you. So here we have just like you would do for them. So your ancestors have a message. Step through the portal. Somebody has a lying spirit. So I don't know who that is. Y'all figure it out. The general reading. The new one is extra special, right? Somebody has a demon of lust. Yeah, so what I'm picking up already here, we have pour into yourselves more. Somebody's still telling lies about you, but you don't care. Leave them behind. What I'm kind of picking up is like somebody almost wants to appear a certain way, appear a certain way in public, but it's almost like people are afraid to admit that everybody has another side, to them. Like, like if somebody were to say, um, something about them, they would almost admit, and I mean, and it'd be completely legal, but if they were to say there's another side to them, you know, then they would feel some kind of way about it, right? Who knows? And so source is saying to you, you're being your authentic self. Somebody likes realness. Somebody just doesn't like, people trying to, like they always just like so shocked and so surprised, trying to act like they're one thing, whatever. So anyway, so today is a great day. So make every day a great day. So you're pulling something up at the root. So yeah. So all right. All right. So here we have, yeah. Yeah, because meek does not mean weak, right? Meek does not mean weak, right? You could be meek as a lamb, but you can also be a strong person, right? So, so somebody's learning how to rise above the judgment of people who are meek. Doesn't mean weak, right? And you're learning how to pour into yourselves, right? And this is divine feminine energy. I'm talking to men and women, Leos. Um, Divine feminine energy for both men and women, or you're learning how to be in receiving mode. And the truth is, we're always in sending and receiving mode, right? When you're sitting down and you're getting your downloads, that's receiving mode. When somebody's talking to you and you're listening, actively listening, right? That is receiving mode. That's divine feminine energy. When you're praying, that's taking an action. That's divine masculine mode. But when you're sitting down to meditate on what you prayed on, waiting for answers from God, Most High, that is divine feminine energy. You are waiting for an answer from Most High. So we're always in sending and receiving mode. And so Gemini and Virgo, who are both ruled by, when I talk about people, they're both ruled by Mercury, which is the messenger communication planet. This is what somebody is now learning is, where we're always in sending, receiving mode. We're always in divine masculine to divine feminine energy. It's just really learning about it and saying, okay, just about balancing things out. So somebody wants to live a softer life. Somebody wants to live a softer life. Like for instance, um, you being a person who it's like a time, it is a time and a place for all of that, right? It's a time and a place for all of that. You being meek on your job, for instance, does not mean that you're a weak person, because your manager is acting like, somebody who is, power hungry and want to just show, okay, I have a higher level position and I'm throwing my weight around and I'm, acting like I'm going to abuse my power in my position, and they're trying you, right? You walking away trying to diffuse the situation does not mean that you're weak. Y'all get my point, right? So some people try to step on your reserve nerve because they're trying to bring out another side of you, right? And but they're trying to tie themselves to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, so they can justify trying to bring judgment down on you. So source is saying because they have a God complex. So source, you're grateful that something is behind you. Yeah, because when you feel like your back is against the wall, you're like, I'm tapping into source. I'm just gonna go pray about it. I'm just getting ready to go pray about it. I'm tapping into source, right? So this is how you're living a softer life. This is how you're living a softer life, right? Yeah, that keeps you financially independent. These types of energies like to try to bring the worst out of people and just record a snippet of you responding to something. So if you go off on somebody, then that's something that they have to show everybody else. But they don't show the beginning where they pressed buttons, they stepped on a reserve nerve for you. Then you go off on somebody, all of a sudden, they can justify sending a snippet of something. See how this person cussed somebody out? They went off on somebody, and now they can justify messing up your money. So source is saying, you are enlightening people to stay away from people like that, right? And a lot of people have to enlighten people about that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, so where's the rest of it? And somebody who's been in these situations before will say that to people, like, okay, now where's the beginning of that? Somebody just snapped. Okay, where's the beginning? Where's the beginning? They just started number three. People talking about somebody starting number three, but where's number two and where's number one of that? Like, come on now. So you're getting focused and you're learning how to speak some things into existence because this color blue right here is throat chakra. You're speaking some things into existence, right? So again, number five, right? This is number five. Somebody is saying this is what you have in common. Somebody says that you're a bully, just like people are saying other people are bullies. But where is number four? Where is number three? Where is number two? Where is number one? You see what I'm saying? Like when a person starts at, you're learning how to read between the lines. So it's two parts to this, Leo. When people are talking to you, because you're learning how people communicate. So if a person starts at number five, they could be trying to tell you something like you want to listen. This is where you want to be in receiving mode. Somebody could be trying to tell you that something traumatic happened to them. Look at this card right here with this blood on the card. The illustrator put blood on this card. Somebody could have told you something from their past where somebody did something to put them in, or two people in this case right here, put them in survival mode. And so it could sound like they're just talking off the top of their head. They're just talking off the cuff, but they're telling people who love them, hey, I'm in survival mode. They could be saying that, right? Especially if they have a public platform, they could be saying they're in survival mode, right? But people are like, oh, something's mentally wrong with this person. They're just talking off. Maybe they need some help. And if you got loved ones who can't figure that out, somebody has to figure it out. People don't just start talking from five. You see what I'm saying? Four of swords is rest, right? So somebody either not getting rest, but three of swords is like somebody may have gone through a surgery, divorce, like some kind of deep heartbreak that hasn't mended. Something could have triggered something, right? But again, if you're dealing with people who are um, mirroring compassion, not genuinely compassionate, right? Source is saying, then they'll come across as, yeah, see, Leo is, this would be a dark Leo or dark entity who, because if for them, it's they're being shady, all fun and games, it's fun and games. They're coming across and yeah, we need to get together and get that person some help because they just something sounds like it's off with them. Maybe we like it's coming across as caring. So Source is trying to help somebody learn how to really differentiate between the two because people don't usually just start talking off the cuff. And this is for especially parents who have kids that's away from you. If they just call you one day and they're just talking and starting in the middle of something, so it's like, no, no, no. They may not be able to start at Ace of Swords. depending on who's around them, right? So source is trying to help you to learn how to listen between what they're saying and what they're not saying, and learn how to rise above the judgment. That's the source is trying to help you do. Or you got a spouse or love interest or whatever. Somebody could be right there hovering over somebody. They're trying to stand at a window and talk. Somebody could be right behind them listening. Right? So source is saying somebody could be trying to wait on some kind of, so you waiting on some kind of results for something. Because I see travel. You have a lot of things coming your way. I see travel, big plans coming your way. You had a lot of really good things coming across your path. The source is saying, source is trying to teach you how to live a softer life, not to be reactive, but learning how to, this new moon that we had in Gemini is really teaching people how to learn how to be better communicators for real. And so when you're shining bright, assess whose face looks like they're grimace. Like, okay, Leo is doing too much. Okay, no, you're doing exactly what Source put you here to do. Shine bright. That's what you're doing. You shining the way you're supposed to shine. And you suggest they do the same. So yeah, so Source saying get on top of something. So, but you're already on top of something, right? You're on top of something. So you're on top of the wheel. The judgment is coming down on some energies who, it's almost like some is you got two energies. It's almost like trying to play like one energy is coming across as like meek and mild. The other one is coming across as like, I want to say like good person, bad person. Like one coming across as like meek and the other one is coming across as like the aggressive one. But they're both mirroring compassion. And this is what you have in common with, energies, but they have a Python spirit, and that's what source is trying to help somebody do. So somebody is still telling lies about you, but they're still connected to, like I said, 7 would be connected to the Chariot card, which is the mother of the zodiac sign, and the mother of the zodiac sign, but it's also the money sign. Something is still connecting to financial independence. Somebody has an issue with someone being financially independent. The 5 connects us to the Hierophant, which is a religious organization, and 0 is connected to the Fool card in the major arcana when we decode numbers, right? Trying to make somebody look like a fool. So somebody just doesn't look like what they've been through when they come out of the house. 2 energies look like they don't look what they've been through when they come out of the house. The source is saying to you, this is what you have in common. So if you ever been through something where you don't look like what you've been through, because you got to go into work, you got to get up and you got to go to work. And then you got people who are trying to play games on people's mental health. So it's like not cool at all. So your light is shining on something. Your light is shining on something, right? People who talk about people behind their back who are trying to expand, who are trying to take a leap of faith, right? Who may have fallen for some kind of bait, that has to do in the sexual or flexual arena. I'd be careful with the words on YouTube. I could say it on Patreon, but not necessarily on YouTube. By the way, for those of you who are on the Patreon side, your full moon prediction video is already up. But yeah, heal people just move differently. Somebody is abusing their power. So because people are an open book. So people are just getting all kinds of ideas. So people are an open book. A lot of times people are an open book. They're trying to bring light to a situation because either they've been through it, a family member has been through it. They're trying to help people, and possibly same as you, they show limitless love to people, and their throat chakra is not out of alignment. They're trying to help people because healed people just move differently, especially if it has to do with you and your kids. Like if you have kids and somebody's enlightening you about something, like they're talking to you about how to tap into source. If you feel like your back is against the wall, and like how to pray, like how to tap into source, wouldn't somebody pretending to be compassionate, but you can see that people talk about people behind their backs? Not cool, right? So you're teaching, somebody is teaching themselves, their inner child, and their kids, if you have kids, and even your parents, because they have an inner child too, or adults in your family, how to save themselves, how to save themselves from lamenting, how to save themselves from lamenting. So, yeah, so Source is saying you're on top of something. You're on top of something. Because some people are just ruthless. They just straight up ruthless. So, something for you. These energies, like I said, whoever these energies are, because again, your question is what part of you is ready to shine more brightly and just be in your authentic self. Think that these energies think that they got away with something because something is closed out, but they haven't. You're just keeping your vibrations high, right? Yeah. So looking at this right here, the Magician card, somebody's dealing with two dark magicians who just still trying to keep people in a state of confusion about a situation. So let's see what else we got so we can go ahead and close this out. But yeah, always be in your authentic energy. Stay in your authenticity because that is, I'm telling you, that's going to be the quickest way, Leo, to expose people for real. Because healed people move differently. People cannot fake it when you they can fake it for a little bit. They can't fake it when you come home. It's like, okay, I've got a bigger house, a bigger car, I got a raise. They can't fake it. People can't fake it. Got your hair done, haircut, whatever. Somebody is still talking about somebody is a dark witch. Like they can't help it. Some people can't help it. And people are actually genuinely working and really responsible, just growing their crops, right? You know what I'm saying? Like just for real, got it out the mud. People still calling people, saying people dabbling in dark magic. I mean, come on now. When people are late for real, working hard. So people are still being shady behind people's back. So Source is just saying to you, you're learning how to, if you know you're a hardworking person, and you're a person that gets the job done, you work really really hard for what you have, and people are still tying your name to some kind of flex. Not really flex, but I'm using the word S, right? Because I got to be different on YouTube than I am on Patreon. Because but if you're a high vibrating Leo and people are saying you must be into some kind of flex work or something in order for you to be financially independent, people don't know what people's situation is. That's why they spread rumors about things being shady behind people's backs. Maybe there's a projection. Who knows? But like I said before, yeah. Here we have Knight of Cups. That's what Sister's saying. Two people, whoever these two energies are, working to save themselves. They don't look like what they've been through, coming out of the house. Just hardworking energies, like you and somebody else's hardworking energies. Meek does not mean weak, right? People just sitting around just talking about nothing. Don't have nothing else to talk about. So that's what I'm seeing here. So if somebody wants the best for you. Like I said, the new one is extra special. After all these mental games that energies are playing, uh, behind someone's back. But this is what you have in common with someone. This is what you have in common with somebody, but no pressure. When you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. So no pressure. So what do you want? If you react negatively to the success and joy of others, it's a sign that you want more for yourself. See? So don't hold yourself back. Expand your comfort zone. Yeah. I don't see why anybody would hate on what somebody else genuinely worked hard for. Like what? Anyway, shine bright. Here's another one. Yeah. So how can you reclaim your personal power in your bold and authentic way? And what is blocking you from fully expressing your confidence? Nothing really. Yeah, shine bright. The door is open. Yeah, the door is open. So pure intention can open doors in the universe and make the impossible possible. Believe deeply in goodness and watch the magic happen. Yeah. These energies are using their time. So that before the moon moved into Leo, it was in Cancer, right? So Cancer is a very creative zodiac sign. It's ruled by the moon. It's a water sign, right? And the moon actually exposes secrets. It also exposes psychic abilities, also endings and those kind of things. But the sun sits behind the moon. It illuminates the moon. So you being in the presence of people who secretly hate on people's financial independence, whatever that may be, that does not, and as it relates to your reading here, will expose that, because financial independence doesn't mean a person is rich. It does not mean a person is rich at all. It could literally mean that a person has enough money to pay, be responsible enough to pay maybe their rent and their utilities or whatever, and their living expenses, and that's it, right? But these energies don't know. They may not know that, so they're being shady so they can find out something. But somebody could be abusing whatever power that they have to do it by acting concerned, right? And so when people are shining a light on these things, source is saying you want to pay attention, especially if you have kids. If you have kids or elderly parents, or just for yourself, you want to pay attention to that. You want to pay attention to that. Wild and wonderful. So why focus on limitations and realism? Breakthroughs and miracles require no linear explanation or method. An explainable or illogical magic happens every single day. If somebody feels like you're financially independent or you got it, that's exactly what they're going after. So it's saying you need to pay attention. People will create any reason to come after financial independence. So source is saying to you, that's what I have for you. I think this is it. I think this helped. But again, this is a bonus video, and I will label this as a bonus video. But thank you for joining me and requesting bonus videos. Yeah, but that is a form of dark magic, to abuse whatever power that you have. Somebody is saying that they're saving somebody, from somebody who has mental issues, like they're into some kind of form of sex work, or they're saving somebody from some mental issue, whatever. So you're tossing something into a burning bowl. Um, so it could be you or your family member or whatever the case may be. So it's the same. Before you get around a group of people talking about that kind of stuff, it's best for you to pray about it. Ask God for clarity, or if you have somebody's number directly, call them directly. Find out. Keep it one-on-one. Call them directly and find out what's going on directly. You clear it up through prayer first, and if you can talk to somebody directly, you pick up the phone and call them directly to get the clearest response, but deepening, right? Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. They bring the peace of God. Most people, when they're building trusting relationships, they don't mind opening up and sharing, but it's the betrayal of gossip that people shut down. That's the betrayal of gospel. When they feel like, okay, people are being messy and shady, that's low vibrational Leo. When people feel like, oh, they're going to take that information and go race and share all this information. So, but high vibrational Leo, somebody may say, oh, they feel safe sharing something. That's the difference. That is the difference. But yeah, this right here is major. When somebody just starts talking like for real at number 5 of swords, that's like they talking like it, and somebody's, oh, they just playing mind games. They doing this, whatever. It's like read between the lines. Somebody could be trying to tell you something. If you're on the phone with your kids and they talking to you or your parents or somebody, a loved one, and they just start at 5 of swords, they could be trying to tell you something. So start reading between the lines. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.